Hi, welcome everyone. To find the quadratic equation whose roots are -1 and 1, there are two methods. The first method, we form the corresponding factor from these given roots and then multiply out the two factors. Now, if -3 is a root, that means x equals -3. If x equals -3 is a root, we take the -3 from the right hand side to the left hand side, we obtain the required factor. Also, x equals 1 a root. That means we take it this way. We obtain the other factor. Now, the equation now is gotten by multiplying out the two factors. Multiplying out the two factors. X multiplied to x squared, x multiplied to -1, -x, 3 multiplied to x, positive 3x, 3 multiplied to -1, -3. Negative x plus 3x is the same as 3x minus x, which is positive 2x. And this gives us the required equation. This is the quadratic equation whose roots are -3 and +1. This is method 1. Method 2 is the method that goes with the relationship between the coefficients of the given quadratic equation and the given roots. Okay. It says that, this method 2, it says that if alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then sum of roots, that means when we add up the roots, alpha plus beta is -b all over a. Now, let us work with the roots that I'm giving in the question, -3 and 1. If we sum the two, then we're going to obtain -3 plus 1 is -2. All right, so sum of root is -2. We also know that product of root alpha beta is c all over a. Let us use the roots given in the question. 3 multiplied to 1 will be our product of roots. The sum of root and the product of root gotten, we know the nature. The nature of the quadratic equation is x squared minus sum of roots multiplied to x plus product of roots equals 0. That's the nature of the quadratic equation. Product of root equals 0. Okay, so we'll get x squared minus sum of root is -2 multiplied to x plus product of root -3 equals 0. So we just clean up this. Negative gives us positive. Positive negative gives us negative. And once more, we obtain the same quadratic equation as before. So this is a quadratic equation whose roots are -3 and +1. How do we check out that? All right. To check it, to be sure that what we have is true, let us try to solve this quadratic equation. If we solve the quadratic equation, do we have the value of x to be -3 and the value of x to be +1? Okay. Again, for the solution, we have two methods. We have method 1, which is known as the factorization method. So we want to solve this quadratic equation, 2x squared plus 2 x minus 3 equals 0. With the, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. All right. With the factorization method, we always take the factors of a, c. Our a is 1, our c is negative 3. So 1 multiplied to negative 3 is negative 3. All right. 1 multiplied to negative 3 is negative 3. So we get the factors of negative 3. They are plus minus 1 plus minus 3. So we have 4 elements. Now in this set, we have to choose 2 such that the sum will be positive 2 and the product is negative 3. The only choice that answers to those 2 criteria will be positive 3 and negative 1. Therefore, we form the factors x plus 3, x minus 1 equals 0. All right. So that quadratic equation here is the same as this in a factorized form. Now, we have the product of 2 factors giving us 0. All right. If 2 things multiply to give 0, then either A is 0 or B is 0. So this is like our A and this is our B. So we have either the first one, x plus 3 is 0. If this is true, then it means that x is negative 3. Taking this positive 3 to the right hand side is our first solution. Or the second one is 0. If this is 0, or if this expression is true, it therefore means that x is 1 by taking the negative 1 to the right hand side. So you see, we get the solutions that are in the equations, negative 3 and positive 1. That is method 1. Method 2 will involve using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, this is our equation to solve. We collect our coefficients. A is the coefficient of x squared term. B is the coefficient of the x term. And C is the constant. Collect them carefully. By the quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac. All of that divided by 2a. And so we get negative b, negative 2 plus minus the root of b squared is what? 2 squared minus 4ac. All of that divided by 2a. So we have negative 2 plus minus the square root of 4. 2 squared is 4. Negative multiplied to negative, positive. 4 times 3, 12. All over 2 times 1 is 2. And so we have x equals negative 2 plus minus the square root of 16 is 4 all over 2. Therefore, the two values of x are x equals, we take the positive, negative 2 plus 4 all over 2. All right. When we take the positive, negative 2 plus 4 all over 2, that gives us 1. Or x is equal to, we take the negative, negative 2 minus 4 all over 2. Negative 2 minus 4 all over 2, which gives us negative 3. We can see negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 divided by 2. We have x equals negative, let's just write it here. We have x equals negative 3. Okay, so we end up having the roots that were given in the equation, negative 3 and positive 1. Therefore, the equation whose roots are negative 3 and positive 1 is x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0.